Sagittarius. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. This is the Feminine Inquisition. My name is Tiffany. We're doing your reading, what's coming towards you. I'm a little behind, but that's okay. Life is hectic, okay? We're in July. It is summer out there. A girl is ready to work hard, but also play. So I'm just getting back to you now. I want to tell you that if you don't know anything about your astrological natal chart, that's where the stars were when you were born, I urge you to make that chart now. Take a look at it. You don't have to become overwhelmed. You just have to take a look at it. And just choose one thing to study, to get interested in, to get curious about. And then from there, you find what it is that you're meant to find, right? The internet, it's in its own way. When you do a search, the results that come through is kind of like a tarot reading. So this is what's coming towards you. This is for Sagittarius. Let's get into it. This is the Astro deck or Astro card. It will help frame the message. We'll see what that is all about. What's coming towards Sagittarius now? For the present moment, what's coming towards Sagittarius? Please and thank you. Conjunction, the fusion energy, something working together, something combusting and going towards one another. Let's see. Lilith, the wild femininity. Ooh, fusion of energy with wild femininity. Sounds sexy. Sounds fun and wild. All right, let's do it. For Sagittarius, what is coming towards them, please? And in this card, this is like the Thunderbird, even though it's not, but it kind of is. So the story about the Thunderbird is like that of the Thunder God. And it's to say that it's about ego. Flying so high and taking for granted the gift of thunder. That one gets burned and or falls on their booty. So I wonder what kind of fusion of energy and wild femininity is taking you to such high places, and what the electricity of thunder may have to do with this. Queen of Pentacles, self-worth. I like that. It's a great way to start. It's a beautiful energy. Ooh, Temperance. There you are. The patient. I was going to say the patient art of distillation. Bang, the devil. 10 of Pentacles. Well, that is obsession to transform whatever it is you're working with into gold. Okay. Emperor. Holy smokes, there's a lot of powerful energy on the table. The 9 of Pentacles. Okay. King of Pentacles. No, but come on. What's going on here, Sagittarius? Whoa, this is a fusion of energy. That's fair. And I feel as though you're going to run into someone as you are in the middle of mixing and blending this life, this experience, this freedom that you are calling creativity, whatever it is that you are working on in your house, in your home. If you're working and tilling in the soil, if you've got a garden, if you've got flowers, if you're doing some witchy things, because the Queen of Pentacles would be the earthly witch, what you are doing out there with the intensity, with the perseverance, you are going to run into a situation where what you love actually becomes what other people love. There's a huge amount of success here. And in case you are not matched with someone, this is a someone who knows all about this magic and is ready to work with you on this magic. In fact, they already have a little thing that you didn't know that you needed that goes in, fits so nicely with this magic. If you are already partnered with someone, this is a support system that stands through by your side as you manage all of these plates. Like, wow. If the Empress comes through, just know that you are birthing a brand new life here and now. And this could have to do with the fact that Jupiter is in Leo season and speaking the kind of fiery love language that you need to expand your life in all the right areas. Okay, I do not want to get ahead of myself. I don't. I really don't. I just want to be here as a servant and talk it through. All right. Queen of Pentacles, Temperance, the Devil. Ten of Pentacles, Emperor, Nine of Pentacles. It's like success on a communal empire basis and also the independent success that continues to thrive. Like nothing is lost, even though there's a whole empire to manage. You still have all your personal things in order, your personal joys, your personal successes, your personal finances, your personal identifications, your everything that it is that you have been building on, that you care deeply about. So much sovereignty here. Wild femininity. All right. Let's learn, please. Eight of Wands. That's some big idea. You do not suffer from a small mindset or some sort of limited idea of what the future could hold for you. Knight of Pentacles, and you keep your eye on the prize. Hermit, as I said, you have been working on something, transforming some process, some understanding of what you've been taking care of, what you've been building, how you've been blooming your self-worth. The Hermit doubles down on that healing journey you've been on. The Moon, but there is something that is hidden. There is something that's a surprise. There is a wish, there is a desire. We haven't seen the star, but there is a hope and a fear always in the Moon. The Seven of Wands. Let's just talk about how this is the context for what will be, right? This is because this is what's coming towards you. This is fusion and energy based on the Lilith example of wild femininity. Lilith may mean different things to you. Lilith is an asteroid that has to do with your chart. On your natal chart, you can see where Lilith is. If it's not already inherently built in the system that you use to design your chart, you can add objects and then find Lilith there. Okay. But because this is what's coming towards you, and we have the Seven of Wands here and the Eight of Wands here, we can know, or at least deduce, that the Seven of Wands is a moment in time where you have decided that you're leveling up. This is part of the transformation, part of the healing journey that you have been working towards. And it's been bumpy as fuck, I'm sure, right? The devil is there. You've been committed to it, obsessed with it. And also sometimes it's scary, questioning, can I do this? Am I doing it? Is it worth it? Do I know what I'm doing? I don't know. Does anyone know what they're doing? And so, yeah, that's why often when we see the Seven of Wands, the character that is illustrated on the card has two different kinds of shoes on, meaning that it's coming at you at all angles. You are running to and from, running out of the door, wearing two different shoes. You are on all fronts trying to level up. And when life or the universe receives the information that you want this next level, this higher plane to exist and to, thrive on, it responds accordingly, right? You ask for something, it comes through. And if you're in alignment, you can handle it. Like you'll never get anything that you can't handle. And so this is what you have asked for. Everything that you have been continuously using as input and nutrients for your growth is going to bring you to this hope. Now, there's also a fear tied to it. That's why the devil is here. I don't know what that is. Now, I want to take a shot at it because I love that. And the last card here is the Nine of Pentacles, and underneath is the King of Pentacles. So let's say that the Nine of Pentacles, we always know nine is independent energy here in tarot. And not only that, but it's the management of your own independence. It's this solo energy. And if you have some fear that you may be having to manage an empire, the networking, the community, the work, the business, the entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you're doing, all the spinning plates, if you're worried that you're all work, no play, or that all you do is work and you don't have time for a family or for a partner, or what's the point in managing all of this and being a big boss if I don't have someone to rub my feet at the end of the day, or lay down with, be horizontal with, or, do nothing with. Will someone be cooking meals for me when I get home? Something like that, right? Let's say that is part of the fear that's built in this steady movement towards success. Let's learn what the fear is, okay? Show me. What's this devil? The devil's voice is so tempting. It seems like it's your own. These thoughts come through and it seems like it's your own thought and you get tripped out. But they're not you. That's not you talking. Six of Pentacles. Judgment. King of Pentacles. 2 times. Magician. Leo energy, which signifies the present moment as we are just sliding right into Leo season. Okay. The balancing of the judgment, the practicality of the manifestation. That's the fear, right? That's a lot of words. Maybe you got it within that small little bite-sized bottom line, but if not, I'll break it down even further. The balancing of the judgment. You have to make many decisions using the Emperor energy, having a 10 of Pentacles, sitting pretty in the Queen of Pentacles energy, balancing life out with temperance at your side. There are many things that you have achieved up until this point. There are many things that you plan to continue to achieve going into the future. And you constantly have to make decisions for your balances. Okay? So the fears are, do you make good decisions? And as I told you, the devil will come in and be like, you did that stupid. That was stupid. You don't know what you're doing. You're not good at anything. You need to get more information. You need to watch some educational, get some certificate, call some friend, pay for it, right? People love to pay for services that they can do themselves. Not only is that, that's not always because they don't know how, it's because they feel entitled that they don't want to also, right? So there's kind of a willful ignorance that's possible in that when it comes to judgment and making decisions. When we don't question our baseline assumptions, right? Like, I don't know, can I think of an example? Let's say mechanical stuff, right? You've got a story from when you were a kid that you're not good at mechanics. You're not good at taking things apart, putting furniture together, or arriving to put them back in the same place. It's just not something that you've ever been good at. And or maybe you had brothers and you had parents, and or it was funny that you just couldn't follow the steps, right? It was overwhelming for you. And maybe at the time you were looking at the pieces and didn't really think about how they played a part in the whole. There's so many ways in which the brain works, and you cannot be evaluated on the same application of knowledge. Anyway, the point is, let's say the example for this story right now is a mechanical skill set. If and when you use old conditioning, devil, to tell you what's possible in the here and now, you dictate your future based on something that you don't need to rely on anymore, that is no longer relevant for who you are. So if in the event you need to replace something, be it a toilet seat, be it a bookshelf that you have to put together, right? And the story is running that you don't know how to do it, bring yourself outside the comfort zone and try. Guaranteed you will get further than you thought you could. Okay. Anyway, some of the examples of how you can use strength to overcome this devil, because it's like sometimes the stories are so old that we don't question the baseline assumptions because they've just been there running in the background. But if we turned around and looked it dead in the eye, it would not hold water. It would not be something that could stop us, because there's nothing that you cannot do, get through, be, change, adapt, right? That's who you are. The art of alchemy. You are forever changing, right? From the micro to the macro. Anyway, what's the fear? If you've got good judgment and you're making out your decisions for your balancing systems, however many things you're balancing, right? So, like, you could be balancing out a lot in one given day, but then in a month, you have balanced out also XYZ, which have nothing to do on the day to day, right? The day to day are the simple, tiny tasks that lead to the big balancing. So, depending on who you are and how much you take on in this life, your balancing system or things that you will call your balances can look very differently. But we have all decisions to make regarding that. And those are judgments, right? Part of the Myers-Briggs personality system is J for judger. Are you a judger or a perceiver? And if you don't know what that is, Google. A judger is a person who makes a hierarchy, a priority, a system. They understand that if they are cleaning a room and they need to take care of it, they set in their mind without really thinking about it which thing needs to happen first, right? So that it's the most logical plan. A perceiver is moving from one object to the other, and they are always taking in new data and always making new decisions based upon that data, which is why some people take a really long time to do something. I am not a perceiver. Anyway, moving on. King of Pentacles to the Magician. This is the practicality of the manifestation. What you are working on. Do you have not only the grit, the stamina, this kind of endurance to persevere? This is like, it's not heavy lifting because it's not over fast. This is perseverance. This is like those kinds of exercises where it's just the shoulder circle, right? But you have to have the stamina to do it for 4 minutes, let's say, right? And so you'd be surprised how little stamina you have on a cellular level to continue doing that unless you've practiced that. So this is the practical approach and success at manifestation. And you're hoping that your judgments for the decisions that you make for everything you're balancing in life are going to bring you to the other side of the moon, which is the hope, not the fear. These are the fears. Okay. And the fears and the hopes, as I've been explaining it, as you can see, are so tied together. They are two sides of the same coin. Okay. So this is happening now. Leo energy is here. Leo season is here. And I think that I want to know now, what about this King and Queen of Pentacles? What do you think? I'm talking to you like as if you can tell me. You can't. Ooh, there it is. Okay, hello. I knew it. I knew it. The Lovers. So whether you're in a match or fixing to be in a match, something is here. Queen of Wands. That's so much desire. That's passion. That's heat. Can you feel it? And this is luck. This is moving into a very lucky position. More than just how we say, are you going to get lucky? Yeah, you're going to get lucky. This is a big one. And yeah, there's going to be a temptation to resist this passion, but then planning forward, right? Maybe you're the kind of person who wants to take things slow because peeking out here, the Five of Pentacles of where you've been previously. But once you learn in this Two of Wands that there's a preparation for planning for the future, for the long vision, as I told you, you do not have a small mindset for your goals. Once you get clearance or clarity that this person is also fixing for the long vision, This resistance to the passion will give up, will give way. And this wheel you both can spin. So let's go there. That's what I was trying to get into. Show me King and Queen of Pentacles, please. Show me King and Queen of Pentacles, please. What's coming towards Sagittarius? King and Queen of Pentacles. Wild femininity. That's that Queen of Wands. That's what that is. A wild femininity. So we have the Eight of Cups. World. Wow. Yeah. Whatever it was previous, whatever the cycle is that you've closed, you have detached. Oh my God, do you know how rare it is to have the World followed by the Fool? In case you are new to tarot, the major arcana run in succession for good reason. That is the Fool's journey. The Fool's journey. Hello, it goes from the Fool to the World, then it starts again, the Fool. So as we can see, this is cycle closed, cycle open. Tower, here comes the change you are ready to see. Oh, hold the phone. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles again. I'm so sorry to be so extra, but this is sovereignty, okay? For you, for you. I need to leave it there because it's incredible. And I love this for you, and I wish you a beautiful 2 weeks. Maybe I see you again in due time. Until I do, stay cool. Ciao.